Welcome back to my channel, lovelies. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you love those delicious meat pie, like look at this guys, then please stay tuned. Let me share the recipe with you. If this is your first time on my channel, thank you so much for tuning in. For this meat pie recipe, the first thing we're gonna do is to prepare our short crust pastry, and which is I'm going to grab a bowl just like this and a sieve, pass through 500 grams of flour to prevent any unwanted particles. And then I'm going to introduce half a tablespoon of baking powder, just a pinch of salt, and a grated nutmeg. The next thing I'm going to do is to introduce my 200-gram cold diced butter. You can go for margarine or butter. I grew up using margarine for meat pie, but butter works absolutely well for me too. Okay, so you're going to go ahead and cube it, cold one, put on your hand glove to prevent that butter from getting too much temperature from your pans. Okay, and then you want to work on it, because this is one problem about short crust pastry. It has to be very fast. You do not overwork on it, so use your fingers to spread it out until you get the consistency just like mine. Then you are good to go. If you overwork your dough, you will end up having a strong unwanted meat pie texture. The liquid you're going to go for today depends on you. I have water and milk. I am going for milk today. Ever since I started using milk, I can't stop going for it. Introduce your 200 ml milk in your dough, in your flour butter dough. You want to add it bit by bit if you are not sure of the amount of water you have in your hands. But because I know the exact measurement of this dough, which is the 200 ml to 500 gram flour, I just add it to once, because this will also prevent me from overworking on my dough. Instead of adding little by little, this is too much. So this is just the exact measurement. I added everything once and gently work on it. Do not overwork on your dough. You want to spread out some flour on your working surface and just give everything a good mix. This is not kneading. You just want to have that fine surface, just press it without kneading it. Just press it to have a plain surface. Cover with aluminum, with a plastic foil, let it rest in the fridge for at least 30 minutes. In the fridge at least 30 minutes. Mine was about 3 hours or 2 hours, so to say, because I had to let it rest and do something else. And after then, I'm going to prepare the fillings for this meat pie. While our dough is resting, I'm going to introduce small amount of oil on my pot, adding onions and stir here and there. It's time I'm going to add in my minced beef, 400 grams. All the ingredients for this recipe is listed out in the description box, guys. Please check it out to be very sure of it. So after I roast my meat, this is what it looks like. I have to do this to prevent any chunk or anything, any lumps on my pot or my sauce. Okay, you want to press out to separate all the beef. This is what it looks like. It looks amazing. There is no liquid under my pot. At this time, I will season with thyme, which is very important. Without thyme, I will not have meat pie. I will not make meat pie. So season with thyme, some white pepper or whatever pepper you want to go for, all-purpose seasoning, small amount of salt. You can add in curry, but curry in my meat pie is no go for me. You can add in garlic. I love to have garlic inside sometimes, but like I said, this is just a classic meat pie recipe. I have measured everything out for you guys, so the water quantity is 400 milliliter water. Okay, so I had some of it, not everything. Just cover up and let it cook for about 5 minutes to soften it up a little bit. Then you will add in your carrot. And this is exactly how I love to cut my potato or carrot, not too big. I love them this small. Okay, you want to stir here and there. In the same water we have measured aside, I am going to add some of it again and then cover up and let it cook for about 10 to 12 minutes until those carrots and potatoes soften up. And then I'm going to introduce 1 tablespoon of cornstarch, add small amount of water to mix it up. When you mix your cornstarch in your sauce, those sauce should not bubble, should not cook too much, okay, to prevent any lumps or whatever that you don't want or wanted in your sauce. So adding your mixed cornstarch and fastly stir all together, okay. And the consistency of meat pie is for me the one and only thing, because if it's over dry before you bake your meat pie, you will end up having dry fillings. Okay, so I still added water here to have those creamy looking fillings of meat pie. I love to have it even when it's baked, it still have to be this creamy. This is what I call meat pie for me, because if it's not like this, guys, the meat pie will dry when it's done, the fillings will dry. So look at this, the exact measurement of the liquid I use is listed out. Okay, cover up and let it cook until that carrot and potato is softened up. Guys, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, what are you waiting for? Please go ahead and subscribe to this channel. There are more recipes coming, interesting ones. Okay, so I set aside and let it completely cool down before you move ahead. I added some grains, which is chives. I love to have chives on it just to have that fine good texture or color in my sauce. Okay, you can add paprika. So, and then back to our dough. It's looking good, it's strong. I have to fastly work on it. We have about 11 to 12 meat pie today on this recipe. It's 500 gram flour, 11 to 12. Okay, let me say 11. So you want to cut it up. If you have a small space to work, you just want to go step by step, one after the other, roll it out and cut as you desire, which shape you want. Please guys, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I will say again, please go ahead and subscribe. Check out for more recipes on this channel. You're going to love them. Please stick on this channel and watch out for interesting recipes coming ahead. You also want to hit on that notification bell after subscribing to be notified anytime I post a new video. Thank you guys for always sharing my video. Like, I see you guys, I hear you guys. Thank you so much, lovelies, for always sharing, liking, and coming back to watch my video. So after I roll out my dough, okay, don't keep over kneading and kneading and kneading. You don't want to have, I've seen some meat pie that is not enjoyable, which is the texture. Okay, this is because it's over kneaded. So just try as much as possible to handle it with care, not to over knead it. Okay, you want to cut with whatever you have, what form you want. Break a egg on a bowl like this, whisk it out and brush your dough first. After brushing it with the egg, and then you will fill it in and cover up. Make sure you do not overfill it, just to have the space to close it. So you want to press down with your finger first. If you are sure your meat pie is well closed, you want to grab a fork and seal the tips off. You want to make sure that it's well sealed up so that there is no liquid, does not open while you bake. Okay, use the same fork to tap back the tips just to have that beautiful form. This is going to look like you used a meat pie cutter while you didn't. Just do it like this and you will have, look at that, how beautiful it is. Do the same to the rest and set aside. If you also have enough space to do this, just spread out your meat pie, roll it out. Like guys, this dough, it's amazing. I've worked with some dough, I don't know, it will break that you almost want to frustrate you from working. Okay, but this one, it's so, the end result is moist, it's this a biscuit texture, and you know, crunchy. It's very, I love it. So the rest of it, you want to be so creative, do whatever form you feel like doing, just not to waste anything. Make use of it, do something, and you will love the result. Okay, so you want to, when this is done, just bake or place your parchment paper on your baking pan. Okay, and then spread out everything well. You want to brush on top with some egg. Okay, so brush on top with some egg just to have that nice good looking when your meat pie is done. And then you want to also use the fork again to give it that mustard, that design on top. This will also make the heat to penetrate in your sauce. Okay, when that is done, you're going to bake for about 30 minutes on an 160 degrees C. Okay, 160 degrees C for 30 minutes, and 30 minutes later, my goodness, you can imagine how good it is. It was so delicious, it was moist, it was crunchy, it's everything. Look at that, guys, we are done. Please guys, don't forget to check out for more recipes on my channel if you haven't done so. There are interesting ones, you will surely love them. So this is what I have to do, spread it out and enjoy with some cold chilled drink. See what I mean, guys? Inside is so moist, like so moist. Look at the tip of it is breaking. This will melt in your mouth, I tell you. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. Thank you so much for sharing my video. Thank you, I appreciate all that. And don't forget to like, please like, share, and leave your comment down below. See you in my next one, guys. Bye for now.